Tank, he got the power, and he got the equalizers. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds.
This big with 1,000 keys on it, but every key they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
A chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys.
Curmel Moton has a strong message for Lamont Roach. Think twice before stepping back into the ring with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Moton pointed to Davis's recent transformation, highlighting his increased strength and sharpened skills, as proof that Tank is more dangerous than ever. He also emphasized that Davis has rightfully earned his place as one of boxing's biggest stars, and with him, anything can happen in the ring. In Moton's view, taking on Davis again is a major risk, and not one to be taken lightly.
Put the pressure, he's got some skills himself, and I feel like it's gonna be a great fight. I know I'm the better fighter, the more sharper fighter, and I know I'm working harder than him, so, we're gonna see. But I know that I have what it takes, and I'm gonna prove it on the first.
Gervonta Davis's latest training clip is getting a lot of attention, and for good reason. In just a few seconds of gym footage, it's clear he's in top shape. He looks more muscular, faster, and fully focused. Every punch he throws is sharp, powerful, and precise. Observers are already saying this isn't just routine training. Davis looks like a fighter ready to dominate. His intense form shows he's taking the upcoming rematch very seriously. Curmel Moton recently shared a rare and personal story from his time sparring with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He spoke with a mix of respect and caution, having experienced firsthand the level of intensity Davis brings into the ring. Moton said it wasn't just about raw power. Davis's precision, timing, and non-stop pressure quickly became overwhelming. He saw how Tank slowly breaks down his opponents, pushing them into survival mode. That session gave Moton a deeper understanding of why even seasoned fighters have a tough time against Davis. It showed him the physical and mental strength needed to go up against someone that focused and relentless.
Fought him. I know you fought Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm so I got all this hype around me too.
Even knowing the risks, Curmel Moton once said he'd be willing to face Gervonta Davis before the champion retires. It wasn't about pride, it was about pushing himself against one of boxing's best. Moton believed that stepping in with a fighter as skilled as Davis would show him exactly where he stands. While it's a dangerous challenge, it speaks to the mindset of a fighter who welcomes tough tests and respects greatness enough to face it head-on.
Big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's what, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two. So he'll be 30. He'll, technically it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36. Or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now, my upcoming fights. Take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer though. From what he said, take care of not Devin no more. He don't want to fight Devin no more. But Shakur, what's he said, Tiafimo? I think he said he wanted to retire, but who knows?
Curmel Moton has heard the comparisons to Gervonta Davis, and he doesn't take offense. In fact, he sees them as a sign of his progress. Being mentioned alongside a global star like Davis, who's known not only for his titles but also for consistently exciting performances, means a lot to Moton. He understands that Davis is a major figure in today's boxing world. For Moton, those comparisons aren't pressure, they're motivation to reach that same level of excellence.
A lot of people compare you to Tank. When you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment. When I was an amateur, I used to take it as a compliment. If they compare me to Tank, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skill. But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be the 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, and make my own name.
Oscar de la Hoya recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight. He gave credit to Lamont Roach for his talent and technical skills, but made it clear that Gervonta "Tank" Davis is a different kind of challenge. According to De La Hoya, Roach is facing a fighter with much more aggression and ring intelligence. While Roach is skilled, the power and intensity Davis brings to the ring make this fight especially dangerous.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good. Which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
Frank Martin recently shared his honest take on the upcoming rematch. While he respects Lamont Roach's skills, he doesn't expect the fight to go smoothly for him. Martin believes Gervonta Davis's mix of power and control in the ring will wear Roach down over time. He expects Davis to apply steady pressure from the start, putting Roach on the defensive early. According to Martin, facing a fighter as relentless as Davis is tough both physically and mentally, right from the opening bell.
They're trying to get that fight more of a, like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, but no. Roach is a decent fighter, but Tank on dog him. Tank on dog.
For sure.
Steven Espinoza recently shared his perspective on Gervonta Davis's career, offering a wider view of the situation. He believes Davis is at his best in the 135-pound division, where his speed and power work perfectly together. While Davis has fought at 140, Espinoza says lightweight is where he truly stands out. He also spoke about why major fights, like one with Shakur Stevenson, haven't happened, pointing to complex contract issues behind the scenes. Still, Espinoza remains confident in Davis's future, saying his talent and star power continue to grow.
For sure. Waking up in Texas and coming over here, I'm like, geez, that cold is different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steven, Tank versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, you know, of Canelo, the bar is always high. You know, when you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, you know, people expect a lot from. You know, there were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, you know, early on, like back early, you know, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
You know, I just think there were, you know, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, you know, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, you know, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, you know, and so he's got his deal, you know, he's getting busy, he's got a fight scheduled, and, you know, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, you know, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140, and he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there. You know, overall, I think 135 is his best weight.
Inside Gervonta Davis's training camp, things are intense. His workouts aren't just about staying sharp, they're about sending a message. One moment really stood out. Davis reportedly dropped a sparring partner with just one punch, leaving even veteran trainers stunned. But for those familiar with Tank, it wasn't surprising. His power in the gym mirrors what fans see on Fight Night. Right now, Davis is laser-focused. It's clear he's not just preparing to win the rematch, he's looking to make a statement.
Once Tank felt one more power, we actually really think that Lamont would take Gervonta's power.
I don't think anybody could take his power. You know he knocked out heavyweights?
I was there.
Tell me the story. What happened?
Tank, what's the one boy name?
No, don't say a name. I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Oh, no, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he died.
Tank, is that true? You almost killed a heavyweight in the ring? That's what he said.
Should be happening.
Because he asked me, how does a 135-pounder take your power? I said, I don't think anybody takes the power.
Just not getting there with me. That's it. That's how they do it.
Were you shocked when you saw that?
Huh?
Were you shocked?
I was just like, man, he better not do that shit to me.
And you know what else he told me? You punched him upstairs, he lost feeling in his leg. No, he did. You told me that, right?
Keep it a beat, yeah.
No, it happened.
You ready?
Want to see me? Yeah.